This program is brought to you as a community service of BAF Insurance. The views, opinions, and advice expressed by guests on this show are those of the guests and do not reflect the views, opinions, and advice of BAF Insurance. For medical advice, please visit your medical professional.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
Welcome to Your Health, Your Wealth with Desiree and Chuck Taylor on Bobo Radio. Thanks for listening. Please stay with us for the next hour while we share health tips and talk to our special guests.
Welcome everyone to Your Health, Your Wealth, brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your Health, Your Wealth airs every Wednesday from 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. right here on 89.1 FM, Bobo Radio. Please remember to tune in each week and tell a friend. You can also catch the episodes you've missed on the YouTube channel, which is Be Well, Be Healthy for Life. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And just a quick reminder, all of this month of March is still Women's Health Month. Say thank you to all the wonderful women in your life that make a difference and honor them this month. Speaking of honor, I want to say thank you so much to my mom, my daughter, my wife for being there through the difficult times of me getting up in the morning and making noise and rumbling through the house and all of that good stuff and staying out late working. Thank you so much. You know what? It's all about the betterment of them. And if you can, gents, do something nice for them today. Not just today, tomorrow, and every other day. What you think about that, Des?
The women in my life that I would really like to thank would be my mom, first of all, and then my sisters and my great coworkers. And I also have a special friend that I call Bugsy. She'll know who she is. And I just think she's really special in my life, give good advice and a lot of moral support.
Excellent, excellent. As we continue on, we have a special guest in the studio today. We're going to be talking with Coach Scott Ruby. He's a strength and fitness coach and the run director for Guardians Alive community event, which just happens to be a 5K, 10K. It's a ton of great stuff that they're going to be doing over the weekend of April 1st. So BAF Insurance is the co-title sponsor of that great race.
In addition to that, we're also going to be hearing from Lady K, our wellness coach.
And can't forget the race organizer, none other than Miss Harrison.
Oh, yes. Miss Adonza, she's the bomb. She's got it going on and she's getting it all organized.
Let's introduce our first guest. We are talking to none other than somebody who I want to say we all want to be our best, but sometimes we need a little extra push. And that's where Coach Scott Ruby comes in. Coach, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, this all kind of happened by accident, I would say. You go from the start, right? 2009, I was morbidly obese and incredibly out of shape, a heavy smoker, heavy drinker, and left quite an imprint in the sofa. And I got sick and tired of being sick and tired and made a change in my life and dropped 140 pounds just from simple diet and a little bit of walking, and then started running. And the rest you can say is history.
Wow. That in itself is an episode. Just hearing that. I mean, a lot of people wake up there not happy with who they are. And then to take it a next step, your health is all we got, really.
Yeah, health and time, you can't waste either.
Right, exactly. And you did something about it. So with that, strength and fitness coach, what does that entail?
Mainly what we do in our training program is kind of retell the story to people who are looking to find the same end that I did. Mm-hmm. When I did it, I did it through trial and error, and just more error than trial, it seemed like a lot of the time. So now we've come up with a program that is pretty bulletproof, and in that we coach physical and mental strength and cardiovascular strength as well. I'm trying to build those three things to be the foundation towards your goals.
Okay. So with that being said, let's rewind a little bit. And I say this all the time, but tell me who you are. What's your official title, what you do? Give that to me, and then we can dive into these wonderful stories and also tell the reason why you're here today.
Well, the reason why I'm here today, that's first and foremost, is Adonza, who does the Guardians of Life, she was inspired by my story before I was ever a coach or anything like that. And she decided to do the CI marathon, and she did it. She was having trouble at the end, and I ran back out and found her and got her in, helped her get in. And from there, we kind of found out that I had a way of going about things that resonated with people, and it crossed cultures and crossed sexes and crossed just every person that you can imagine can relate to this real simple philosophy and how to go about things. And it's just blossomed into 10 years of good coaching. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to tell you that your goals are possible, and you can be anything you're willing to work towards if you're just willing to free your mind.
And I think those few words is inspiration for people listening. A lot of people think that there is so much other things that they need to do rather than focus on the small things to start off. We say, oh gosh, I want that 6-pack. Well, to get to that, you need to actually start moving. Mm-hmm. You need to start eating better. You need to start doing the smaller things to get the bigger goals in life. And with that being said, what does strength training mean?
Mm-hmm. So strength training, we group strength training with flexibility training. So to run, first and foremost, you have to have a certain amount of strength. Obviously, legs and backside. Then core strength. You have to have physical strength. So to expect somebody, like in the program that we're finishing right now, which is Couch to 5K, where we essentially take non-athletes and transform them into somebody who can complete a 5K with no problem whatsoever. It's not like surviving a 5K. They're racing a 5K.
Wow.
And with that, you have to be strong, right? You can't just go out and run. You have to be strong enough to run. So through that, the strength portion comes into play. It's a lot of isometric and body weight stuff, maybe a little bit of apparatus, rowing, little things like that. Very low weight, high intensity strength training.
I love the name alone sounds like something that the average person would want to be able to say, yeah, I could do that. I could go from the couch and move into this and actually do it in a timely manner.
Yes, it is essentially a training program that any person can do. I've had people who have suffered strokes that had to relearn to walk, and we had to teach them how to run in this program. They did not possess the current ability to figure it out. We had to kind of change their mechanisms. We've had another person who suffered a severe back injury, and again, we had to teach them how to run again. And then we've had people who've ignored their health for what some would consider half of a lifetime and start running at 40 and could not run 200 meters with me. But now, after years and years of training with us, have done a couple half marathons.
Wow. And you're no stranger to the idea of marathons. And, you have done 5K, you've done Olympic athletic. Tell me a little bit about that. What was your goal in doing these things?
The very first race was the 2010 Pirates Week 5K.
Wow.
And I came in dead last.
Last person.
Horrible. It was horrible. It was from town out past Ayamomo's house out towards Sunset House and back. Mm-hmm. And at one point, the ladies pushing the baby prams, just kind of like having a conversation.
Past
were going by me. I was like, this is horrible. But I wouldn't allow myself to quit, and went on to keep on trying to persevere and not getting so tied up with the nuances, and realizing that every step towards your goal is a good step, even if it's a small one. Mm-hmm. And it's the first riddle that I ask people when they start with the 5K program is, how do you eat an elephant? And the answer is, one bite at a time. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking at this humongous goal so close that you can't really see it, you need to step back and take a step. And once you take that step, it's done. I came back in 2011 and got second in the Pirates Week 5K.
The reality of it is, to do something as grandiose as we want to, we have to take it in increments and start off with the smaller steps. And I realized that, the overall goal is to finish. And after that first finish, you want to do it a little bit better. You want to keep that movement. You want to keep that idea. Of course, we're celebrating Women's Month, and we've been talking about, that aspect of it. How is it for women training, women athletes, that kind of, put me on the stage of that. Is it separate training, a little bit different?
Well, I don't know for what reason, but the programs, the Couch to 5K, 10K, and then half and full marathon is predominantly populated by women. I don't know why. We don't advertise specifically one way or the other, but most of my athletes are women by a substantial ratio. However, I always say the distance doesn't care who or what you are.
Right.
So neither do I. So everybody trains the same. It's actually, of the sporting events out there, it's the one thing when you go out that doesn't play favoritism or give any quarter to anybody for any reason whatsoever, from the disabled to the well-bodied, to the male, to the female, to the worst of athletes, to the elite athletes. They all run the same course.
Right. It's all about, for me, based on how we're talking, it is very much a personal journey for each individual. And in health, your health-wise, nobody can be healthy for you.
No.
You are your single.
I tell them all the time, I can't walk around knocking stuff out of your hand before you eat it. You got to do that yourself.
Exactly.
But now, in respect to women and training women and older women, things of that nature, you have to be careful of training into bone density and bone structure later in life, things of that nature. I find them to be mentally stronger and physically superior to withstand pain than men. So actually my women have had tremendous success. One of our ladies is 2-time marathon champion and going to Boston this year.
Wow.
And she started the very first Guardians Alive when we started. So she's been with us for 10 years.
Excellent. And speaking of Guardians of Life, let me bring Miss Adonza into the conversation here real quick. We're talking here, if you're just tuning in, welcome to the show. This is a Be Healthy for Life, sponsored by our friends over there at BAF Global Group. And we have that wonderful race coming up that we've been kind of preluding to a little bit, Miss Adonza. Tell me about that.
Well, we are so excited. The chefs are like rolling in from even getting some from Ritz. So they're eager to feed the athletes, because when they come out there, they're going to do their best. They're going to leave it on the road. It's a free, the Break the Record part is sponsored. And the general participants, those entries are free. We just say, come on out. Scott wants to help you learn how to do this safely. And we have other like-minded athletes who love to help people. And so Guardians Alive, Saturday, April 1st, come on out. There's two different run events. Break the record for elite and more seasoned runners that qualify for our cutoff times. And then the regular participants, we have 2.5K and a 5K, and water wellness that helps them at whatever level they're on,
Excellent.
Yeah.
And there's still time for people to get involved into this. How can they do that?
Yes, WhatsApp 325-6658 if you'd like to give prizes, financial help, volunteer, or just whatever you would like to know, whatever questions. If you need help with figuring out which sub-event, because we have lots of sub-events. So yeah, I'm here to help. People are WhatsApping me or emailing me, and they're asking for like letters of permission to come on island, stuff like that. So yeah.
Excellent. Well, Ms. Adonza, we're going to come back to the conversation in just a little bit. But before we wrap up our first segment, Coach, I just wanted to ask you, maybe one or two more questions. Based on training, getting them off the couch, what's the best way to focus to get you to say, you know what, folks, you really need to start moving?
It's just to take a time for self-inspection first. I can't really get you off the couch, but once you come to me, you're off. I can keep you off the couch, but you've got to do more than want these things. You have to take an active role in your health. And when you start doing that, it's infectious. People say that misery loves company, but I also say that so does success. And when you get enveloped into our group, and not only do you get supported, but you give support, and you find out that even you, and you know who you are, you're out of shape, you don't think you can run, you don't think you can do very well, you're a non-athlete, you look horrible in spandex. You get out there and try, and all of a sudden, you are an inspiration to others that are just like you. And then you come along. Once you get there and let us work with you, that's the hard part. But you can only make that first step yourself. So you got to decide that that's what you want to do, and then just trust us. Trust us to get you where you're going. We have a success rate that's just unparalleled.
And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about, Coach, is the conversation of, I'm now working with people who started from where I've started at. These are people who have been this road before. They are the walking proof that it can happen. It just hasn't hit me yet, but I see what I want to be and I see where I want to go.
Right.
This is the process. And I think that's for anyone listening. I know it's early in the morning time and you're rolling over. That first step has to come from them, and then you guide them through the rest.
Sure.
Of it.
A lot of people look at the successes that I've had in, moving from the couch to essentially a world-class athlete, and all they focus on is the world-class athlete, and it's why I shy away from it so much. What I want you to focus on is when you see me dragging the tire. Right. What I want you to focus on is when you see me, when you're going home from the club and you see me out running, or when you don't see me out at the bar. Those are the things that I want you to focus on, the things that you can do. Not everybody's going to be an elite athlete. Not everybody's going to go to Boston. But everybody can do a little something and get down to the Pirates Week 5K and complete that. That's no big deal. And then you're going to live a little longer. That doesn't suck either.
Yeah, those are all pluses.
Yeah.
We've start checking off those boxes. But before we get out of here, let me ask you about the importance of training for women during menopause and things of that nature, because we're focused on of course Women's Month, and also the ability to make life better and easier for them.
Absolutely.
So how is that a play into it?
Well, oddly enough, the race director for the Honoring Women's Month 5K is my wife with the Family Resource Center, and also she's same age as me. So I saw what it did to her. So we've taken some steps as we coach to have special consideration given to that. We also have pre and postnatal coaches available to help people in those situations. As a man, I don't prescribe to be able to come at women from the same angle as a woman might. However, I do understand the physicalities behind menopausal or pre, post, and during menopausal women, which mainly goes back to what I alluded before, is the decrease in bone density and things of that nature. To that, though, I would add, being healthy and being fit will prepare you to weather any storm that comes your way. So if you are now building a better boat, when that storm comes, you'll be able to sustain that storm better in your pre-built boat. If you're trying to patch it up and sew a sail when the weather's already there, you're too late. It won't just help them get past those parts in their life. The younger women, when they're trying to do mom, work, and all the rest of it, sometimes they get put last in their own importance. And what we try to show them and teach them is, if they're no good to themselves, how are they going to be any good to a child, to a husband, and to an employer, or to their employees? You must build that vessel sound. Understandable.
We're going to take a quick break and come back. If you're just tuning in, welcome to the show. It's called Be Healthy for Life, brought to you by our BAF Global Group. I was just talking here with Coach Scott Ruby. He is the strength fitness coach and also run director for this wonderful race that you definitely got to be a part of, Guardians Alive. BAF Insurance is also the co-title sponsor of the race. We'll be right back. This is Chuck Taylor, and I have with me Miss Des. Say hi, Des.
Now that we've heard from Coach Ruby and we know how important it is to be fit, let's hear from Lady K, who's going to share with us about making fitness the goal for exercising and not weight loss or some other reason.
And remember, the Be Well, Be Healthy for Life podcast with Lady K is also sponsored by BAF Global Group and can be found on YouTube, Spotify, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Podcast Addict, and Podbean podcast platforms. Her episodes are released weekly on the BAF Facebook page as well.
In celebration of Women's History Month, BAF Insurance salutes the women of the Cayman Islands. We know that everyday women are superheroes every day, helping others, loving and nurturing, taking charge and building our country's future. Happy Women's History Month from BAF Insurance, providers of quality affordable health insurance for individuals and groups of all sizes. Give us a call at 949-5089.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
Today on Be Well, Be Healthy for Life, Lady K, your wellness coach, talks about physical and mental fitness goals.
At the start of every year, there is a flurry of activity aimed at weight loss. Our airwaves and digital spaces are bombarded with the latest diets and eating plans guaranteed to ease the struggle of losing weight. This year, let's talk a little less about weight loss and a lot more about fitness. Because ideal weight doesn't always mean good health. It is more important to focus on fitness. There are many people who are considered overweight who are fitter and healthier than others who maintain their optimal weight, yet are living with conditions such as high blood pressure and diabetes. Fitness makes the difference. Start exercising. It only works if you start and then continue exercising consistently. Although you may lose weight by exercising, that should never be your goal. Many people get frustrated when they exercise to lose weight and find themselves either losing very little weight or gaining weight from increased muscle mass. It is easy to get annoyed and give up because your weight loss goals aren't being met. But if fitness and better health is the goal, then you are sure to be delighted in the results. So, what should go into your fitness routine? Is it all about the exercise? We all know that activities such as brisk walking, jogging, swimming, playing sports, or cycling make us fit. But many of us don't realize that we also need additional activities, such as strength and resistance training, to make our muscles stronger. As we age, balance exercises become essential to prevent falls when walking on uneven surfaces. Practices such as yoga tone and strengthen muscles through stretching poses, while including deep breathing exercises to strengthen our lungs. There's a lot of talk about strengthening your core as well. Exercises such as Pilates, planking, jumping on a trampoline, climbing, or cycling condition the muscles in your abdominal core, improving your posture, balance, and movement. So we've covered our physical fitness, but what about our mental fitness? It's common to be a little down after the holidays. The reality of getting back to work, back to school routines, and all the rigors of daily life come at you real quickly. Take the time to do a mental checkup. If you're finding yourself a little overwhelmed right now, here are a few quick tips to help you get your mental fitness back in short order. Number 1, stop and take stock. What happened to the routines that worked before the holidays? Maybe it's time to take a look at what you're doing differently now and get back to the routine you had before your mind took a break. Number 2, organize. You may think you don't have the time to get organized, but the time you take now to put things in order will make it easier in the long run to stay on top of things. Use lists. Use all the apps your phone can offer to help you schedule and stay on track with the many moving parts of your life. Number 3, breathe. Take a few moments throughout the day to practice some deep breathing. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and then breathe out for 4 counts. Do this a few times to relax and recenter yourself. Your goal is to become fit, both physically and mentally, for the year ahead. Who knows what new and exciting things are waiting for you down the road as it unfolds.
Be Well, Be Healthy for Life is brought to you by BAF Global Group. Remember, always consult your doctor before starting any new health and wellness regimen. BAF Global Group offers life, health, and general insurance plus a full suite of financial solutions in the Bahamas, life insurance in the Turks and Caicos Islands, and affordable individual and group health insurance in the Cayman Islands. Visit us at mybafsolutions.com.
In celebration of Women's History Month, BAF Insurance salutes the women of the Cayman Islands. We know that everyday women are superheroes every day, helping others, loving and nurturing, taking charge and building our country's future. Happy Women's History Month from BAF Insurance, providers of quality affordable health insurance for individuals and groups of all sizes. Give us a call at 949-5089.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
Hey, Des, do you know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for us to welcome our next guest. She's a fellow colleague of yours. I would like to welcome her to the studio, Ms. Sharon Spencer of BAF Insurance. So with that being said, we got 3 minutes, Ms. Sharon. Now, I know this may be like rapid, but we got 3 minutes to answer as many questions as you can about the wonderful company and what they have to offer.
And she only has 3 minutes, right?
Only 3 minutes. So the first question, let the timer start right now. How long has it been that you've been with BAF?
I have been with BAF for the past 15 years.
Wow, that's incredible. So you literally know everything there is to know about the company.
I believe so.
Okay. All right. With that being said, now, if you could choose one thing at BAF that stands out from all the other insurance companies for your client, what would that one thing be?
We have been in this service, serving the Caribbean for over 100 years. So we have over 100 years of experience.
That gives me a certain amount of pride knowing that this company has been around for that long and also serving the community. And serving the community through the difficult and through the fatter times in life. And of course, you know, right now we've been going through some very lean and very thoughtful. Give me a little bit of information about your health plans over there at BAF.
Well, we have individual health as well as group health. So whether you're an individual consumer or a member of your company's health insurance group, choosing BAF means putting your confidence in us to provide the highest quality health insurance plans with the highest impact on your pocket and member support services that meet all your exact requirements.
And so one of the things that I would ask if I was just hearing about the company and I wanted to take it to my HR manager, and I'm like, what are the benefits of moving to such a wonderful healthcare plan? Because, you know, in this day and age, everybody's always looking for a more amicable situation.
Chuck, BAF is a specialist in the management of employee benefits. Together with our global network of partners, we have designed a best-in-breed solutions to manage employees' benefits, putting excellent employee service and employer cost reduction at the heart of everything we do. Wow. We have dedicated and knowledgeable local staff, streamlined and state-of-the-art administrative capabilities, supported by highly rated global reinsurance partners. Access care in the USA via United Healthcare, the world's largest health insurer.
Wow.
Time's up.
Time's up. So before we get out of here, let me just ask one last thing. Give me your contact details for any one of the listeners out there that want to get in contact with you.
You can contact Sharon Spencer at 327-8747 or 814-2542.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sharon. We'll be right back. Thank you for tuning in to Your Health, Your Wealth right here on Bobo 89.1 FM.
In celebration of Women's History Month, BAF Insurance salutes the women of the Cayman Islands. We know that everyday women are superheroes every day, helping others, loving and nurturing, taking charge and building our country's future. Happy Women's History Month from BAF Insurance, providers of quality, affordable health insurance for individuals and groups of all sizes. Give us a call at 949-5089.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
If you're just joining us, you're listening to Your Health, Your Wealth with Desiree and Chuck on Bobo Radio. We're here with you until 7:30 with a host of health tips and information, as well as a special guest to help you and your loved ones live healthier and happier lives.
As we work our way through the show, just a reminder, I know traffic is starting to get backed up a bit. Please take your time and keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the road.
You're listening to Your Health, Your Wealth on 89.1 FM. I am Desiree, co-host of Your Health, Your Wealth. I'll be with you every Wednesday from 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance as a community service because at BAF, your health is our priority. Remember to stay on top of your regular health checkups because, as always, the more you know about your health, the easier it will be for you to stay healthy.
Remember also, if you missed the first half of the program, you can always catch up on what you missed by the Be Well, Be Healthy for Life YouTube channel or on a number of podcast platforms, including Spotify, Podcast Addict, and iHeartRadio. Just look for the Be Well, Be Healthy for Life channel on any of these platforms and remember to subscribe.
It's time for us to welcome back our guests for today. Adonza Harrison and Coach Scott Ruby, race director for Guardians Alive 5K, which is coming up on April the 1st. Adonza is the lady who makes the race happen.
That's absolutely right. I have with us two of the coolest, most influential health-wise people I can think of. Miss Adonza, good morning to you.
Good morning.
And I also have with me Coach Ruby. How you doing, sir?
Good, Chuck. Thanks.
So
we're blushing right now.
Yeah.
Well, the fact of the matter is that what you guys do is unparalleled. And the reason I say that is the history. We were just talking a little bit about that. Tell me the history of the Guardians community event, because it started off as something and then it transformed magically to something else. And that is natural progression in growth. Yeah. And I love that. So tell me a little bit about that story.
Well, it started with me getting some help with from Scott on my first marathon attempt. Mm-hmm. And although I would have rolled to the finish line, I was running injured. Now, that's one of the things that we are now trying to help people to prevent running with injury. And running injury-free is so crucial for us. So he helped me shave about 25 minutes off my marathon finish time.
Wow.
Even down to stopping me to help me with lactic acid, and he helped pace me, and because I trust his guidance, I trust his experience and stuff, I said, well, let's get some more of our friends together, and he was like, okay, you bring them, I'll train them.
The science behind it made sense.
Yeah, I experienced it firsthand. So it was like, more people need to experience this. And we had 39 people, including the friends, the Guardians that we asked to. I think we had about 7.
Yeah, 7 folks in the track.
Yeah. Yeah. And they went out early in the morning and checked to make sure there was no potholes that they need to tell people to watch out for, etc. Mm-hmm. And we've been doing that every year since. We always check the route just before the event to ensure the route is runnable. And so we grew from there. We went to Camana Bay and we had so that first year we had a 5K. The next year we had a 5K and a 10K. Mm-hmm. And the 5Kers walked around Camana Bay, and they wanted to go out on the road, but it was not safe. So we had to find a way that we could make it safe for them. And then we moved to the public beach, and it was just a natural progression, and it just felt right being on the most beautiful stretch of ocean in the world. Mm-hmm. And people loved it. So we didn't just have the running or the walking, we had the beach wellness as well. And we're growing that this year. And so, yeah, we've grown from 39 people. And before COVID, we were slated to feed register about 1,000 people.
Pause a second there. 39 to 1,000.
Yeah.
That growth is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Iguana to Godzilla.
Yeah, exactly. You took an ant and turned it into a living, breathing Godzilla.
Yeah. What actually happened was people started to see that the run community was very friendly and welcoming, and so many people have made such great friends with the people who are runners, and they improve their lives, So I am quite thankful for Scott and his group of friends, and just all of our friends actually are mutual friends. We pretty much have almost everybody out there that loves
I guess if there's not a runner that we haven't been associated with, present yourself.
Please come.
So once again, just tell them when the event, because I can't call it a race anymore. It's
an event.
It's a full-fledged event. Tell us when the event's happening again for anybody just tuning in.
Okay, for Saturday, the 1st of April, we have the Break the Record Elite Runners that start out at 5 sharp. Scott doesn't play with time.
No.
Yeah.
5 means 5.
Yes.
5 o'clock is 5 o'clock, so you better be warmed up and ready to go. They're elite runners, so they know what they got to do. And then the Guardians Alive regular participants, they will be properly warmed up by Scott and the team, and they will go out when we get the all clear from our half marathoners and stuff. Once we get a break, because we need like 1 or 2 minutes to get all the participants out and clear from the ones who are coming in from the half marathon. And so this year being our inaugural year for the half marathon and the 2-person relay, that is going to be so exciting. The runners have been anxious for a new route to run a half marathon. They've been so excited. As soon as they see the route, they're like, "Let me run, please." So even our guardians, they're like, "Miss Adonza, I don't want to be a guardian. I want to run." So yeah, it's exciting for them. So by 6:20, the regular participants go out, and the other Break the Record runners are coming in. People are cheering everybody on. Scott is also emceeing, and he knows like the record. The first ones in, they're going to be setting the record this year. So it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be furious. It's going to be fast, because some of those runners run that half marathon in like 1 hour and 20 something minutes.
Yes, there could be conceivably a sub 120 in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's like blistering.
Actually
That's blistering.
pretty good to say the least.
That's 13.1 miles.
Yeah.
It's elite. Yeah, we have maybe a handful of both male and female elite runners on island.
Yeah.
Which for this populace, it's just amazing.
That is
that many.
amazing.
I mean, you're talking elite means 95 percentile. That's just fun.
And here's the other thing: the relay is going to be even more fierce, because each leg is only doing like a 10K or a 6.9, which is just a little bit over a 10K.
That
is going to be
115 somewhere around there.
That is going to be
some good
insane.
numbers.
That's great numbers.
And it's not a flat course.
No.
We purposely put the course so that they will have to attack those hills when their legs are tired and fatigued. So this will build them for like international races, because the international races
this is a really great stepping stone for people looking to move into that international level. And the great thing I love about what you guys are talking about, it is a well confined and controlled atmosphere, and doing that, you know what is expected of you. And I love that you guys are presenting it that way, because for someone who has never been witness to this and looking to move into it, it's a great idea to see how professional courses are operated and run without leaving the island. Yeah. Because, sometimes you need to, we got to go away to do this, you got to go away to do that. And here we have it locally, so take advantage of it.
We had a tourist that came to one of our first ones, and he said, and we weren't even like as organized as we are today, and he said this was one of the best events. He did marathons all over the world, and he said it was the year that it rained. It poured
rain all the time, the whole time.
And since then, the runners keep going, Mr. Donz, can you please pray for rain?
Because it cools us down and makes us go faster.
It cools them down. It gives them that burst.
I was praying for an ark. It was raining so bad.
It just poured down. And he said his son, that was the first time that he ran in the rain. He says he will never forget it. He was small. And he went and got a hot meal after that, and he was like, I've never seen this before. So likewise, we're surrounded by therapy, right? The ocean is supremely unmatched, therapeutic. Mm-hmm. And some people that I speak to haven't been there for years, 5 years.
Wow.
And we have people paying over $10,000, some of them, to come here with their family. Mm-hmm. And that's not even including
it's
food.
It's a real event. It's a complete travel destination.
Yeah.
And you get this amazing scenery, and you do the race.
Yeah. We have some elite athletes coming from Guatemala and the States and stuff too. So we think that it might actually be furious.
I hope so. I love it that way.
But you know,
Scott's going to be busy.
It makes me happy, man.
As Des, my co-host, say all the time, you know, at the end of the day, the cream always rises to the top. And the busier it is, the more focus it will have to be. And this is because you have the ability to do the beach, your ability to walk, you have the ability to jog, run.
Yes.
And you can choose whichever level.
We'll walk the dogs.
Right.
They can even walk dogs for our two dog charities.
Excellent.
One dog at a time and the Humane Society. And the children love the doggies. They love them. So we have like doggy treat bags. Uh-huh. We make sure that they have stuff to do them, the
and of course, folks, there's a completely, totally free breakfast.
Yes.
That you have
totally free
from the I want to say the amazing culinary skills that's available on this island. Mm-hmm. That alone puts in my head, you know what? You really need to get involved and be a part of this. It is a great event. And just a reminder.
One other thing, Chuck. The Team Spirit Award has grown so much that Ritz-Carlton is going to be out there because they won twice. 2 years in a row. Uh-huh. They're the ones that are going to pick the teams that are coming out that have the biggest team spirit.
They know what to look for.
They know what to look for. They were so loud, they were louder than our DJs.
Awesome. So if you want some more information and to register, make sure you go to guardiansalive345.com. You can register or just get some information there. Or Mr. Donza, how the number to reach out?
325-6658. And just so the community knows, if you are working, you can come do the short route, the 2.5K, grab a bite to eat, and head off to work. So we're really trying to get rid of all of the reasons not to come. Mm-hmm. Of course, there are people who worship, and there are people who are injured. But if you can come out, we have doctors, nurses. We can check vitals. We have Total Health that's going to be doing IV shots. Mm-hmm. The IV shots.
Right.
They're going to be giving them out free. It's
and if you are in what I call the non-competing aspect, come out and show support.
Cheer people on.
They
love it.
There's nothing better than nothing better than being the loudest voice shouting. I have no qualms about that, folks. We are so looking forward to. And Coach, warm-up times, start times, just for people who are in the back of their mind.
BTRs, they can warm themselves up.
Okay.
Part of being an elite athlete and somebody who's capable of setting or breaking a record should have been well versed in their own pre-race repertoire. So I leave them alone. Mm-hmm. Yeah. However, if they're coming in and we're looking like a 6:30 go, something like that, usually I start lining folks up for 6.
Okay.
And getting them sorted in their corrals, and then we move through a warm-up that anybody can do. Because for all intents and purposes, we might have couch people in this event, and they're welcome. Mm-hmm. So, but they also need to go out healthy and come back healthy. So we don't want to hurt anybody.
Run happy.
Run happy, and we're not. The BTRs are gone, so we're just trying to beat our own record, which is showing up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So if we can do that first, and then get back across that finish line, happy and healthy, that's what we're after. So we'll take an extended amount of time to warm them up, and then load the corrals properly. So they again, it's a good race for everybody. We won't affect anybody's race in a bad way.
And we have pacers as well. We have about 8 pacers. Yeah. So
setting up the corrals properly is a big deal, because a lot of times you'll see the untrained runner, like at CI Marathon. You're going to do the half in 3.5 hours, and you're standing at the front of the line.
No.
Which I appreciate your ambition, but it ain't going to happen. You need to get in the back. Mm-hmm. And those little things, we need to teach people the proper way to be associated with these things. You're welcome, but you're also welcome to follow the protocols, right? So that's what we'll start teaching you.
Because the energy is like, you could slice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, you could cut through things with the energy that's in the front of the line. I mean, the energy is so unreal.
Right.
So remember the last time I told you that what to expect? The only thing I can think of is energy.
Right.
It's
pure energy.
Pure energy.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. It's my favorite. It's my favorite moment.
Yeah.
But 10 seconds for the start.
The leaders set the tone, right? And the energy that comes out of this guy, and then all of the other guardians and stuff, it's like consistent.
Perfect.
But think about it. Think about it. All those hours on the road by myself, fat, and not being able to complete it, and all the rest of it, to come 10 years later and see these folks. I mean, the BTRs, they're great, and I love to run with them or run against them. But the ones in the back of the corral, those are my favorite.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's me.
It was me. Tired mom.
Yes.
Yeah.
The tired mom that...
The ones who think they can't. Yeah. I can't stand that word. It's the people who use that horrible, horrible word. Can't. And
your brain
they learn it. They learn that you don't have to use that word anymore. And just from one event and one omelet and just a little bit of care and a little bit of community, you'll realize that this event's for everybody. And the fact that it's grown exponentially in the generational population speaks testimony to the inclusiveness in the whole thing. Nobody cares.
Yep.
Come out and run. Come out and try. That's all. That's all you gotta do. We have the short
route. Just if you're not sure if you could do the 5K, we have the short route, the 2.5K. It's just one loop. Go across the from the public beach. Go across. It costs you less, and come right back to the beach. Mm-hmm. And we have guardians all along the route, right? We have the bikers. We have the
Mm-hmm.
trucks.
So our CIPS is so good to us.
Our CIPS has been amazing. They're gonna man that Eastern Avenue, the traffic light there by Kirk Market. Mm-hmm. They got that under lock and key. That is gonna be amazing to watch that handover.
From time immemorial, way back when we started all this to now, they've really watched over us, and it's. And I always said it's better to prevent a situation than to respond to one.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And they really go the extra mile.
They met with me already, got an approval for me so that I could get the team organized, because this is our first marathon and half marathon and relay. So they had to approve this because the risk of this is so high, because it's out on the road and we're facing traffic. So we had to make sure that all ducks lined up before we could even tell the rest of the team. So that meant that we had to do it from way in advance. And RCIPS...
She says we, but she did it. I just talk good.
Once I give him the go, then he takes over.
and with that being said, folks, I guess we're going to kind of slow it down. Is there anything finally you guys want to say to the listening public out there to make them come out to this event?
You just did it. You were listening to all this, and I almost had you, and then Chuck getting ready to turn it off, and you're like, and you're thinking, I got out of it without doing it. You're the one I'm talking to. If you're overweight, asthma, whatever, got some type of health issue, got some type of brain issue, the I can'ts, come on, we can fix you. We can help you if you could just take that first step to us. All you have to do is take one step. We'll take the rest of them with you. Take that first step alone. We're here. We got your back. We want you. We want you to come out. We want you to live a long, prosperous life. We want you to be around for the people who love you to love you longer.
Guardians Alive is for you.
And I don't think I have anything other to say than thank you so much, Ms. Adonza. Thank you so much, Coach Ruby, for stopping by here this morning. And I'll see y'all on the road.
Sweet.
In celebration of Women's History Month, BAF Insurance salutes the women of the Cayman Islands. We know that everyday women are superheroes every day, helping others, loving and nurturing, taking charge and building our country's future. Happy Women's History Month from BAF Insurance, providers of quality affordable health insurance for individuals and groups of all sizes. Give us a call at 949-5089.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
Earlier, Lady K spoke about making fitness your goal. This time around, she talks to us about weight loss and dieting. You can check out Lady K on her Be Well, Be Healthy for Life YouTube channel. Her podcast, Be Well, Be Healthy for Life, is sponsored by BAF Global Group, and episodes are released weekly on the BAF Facebook page, as well as on Spotify, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Podcast Addict, and Podbean. Over to you, Lady K.
Today on Be Well, Be Healthy for Life, Lady K, your wellness coach, discusses dieting and how to lose weight the healthy way.
I'm Lady K, your wellness coach. And as a tall, full-figured woman, my whole life I've had to struggle with balancing my weight. There are a lot of fad diets on the market today, and even more pills and powders and potions, all being peddled that claim to help you lose weight and keep it off. But weight loss is not a one-size-fits-all. Differences in body types, environmental influences, stress, and even economic disparities can seriously affect your weight loss program. It's important that you understand that healthy weight loss that's sustainable requires more than just dieting or pills and powders. It requires a lifestyle change. Now, before I forget, remember, subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. And don't forget to hit the notification button so you'll always know when we have a new episode. Let's get back to discussing diets. Well, we're going to look today at 3 of the popular ones. Let's start with intermittent fasting. This program basically allows you to eat whatever you choose for 8 hours while fasting for 16 each day. Some risks include an increased production of cortisol, the stress hormone, that can lead you to more cravings. You may also find yourself overeating or binge eating during the 8-hour eating period, and that can be harmful to your digestive system. Many people become dehydrated also because they forget to drink during the fasting period. Intermittent fasting may indeed cause rapid weight loss, but it's not recommended for a long period of time, and it can actually be dangerous for people with certain medical conditions. Now, the keto diet. That's made up of high fats, medium proteins, and low carbs or starches. The idea is that your body is forced to burn fat for energy instead of carbs, and that results in weight loss. The downside, however, is that the keto diet can cause side effects such as low blood pressure, kidney stones, constipation, nutrition deficiencies, and an increased risk of heart disease from the excess fat. Let's take a look at the Mediterranean diet. That has its foundation in an abundance of fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and nuts, herbs, and spices, with a moderate amount of fish, seafood, dairy, and some poultry. Olive oil is usually the main source of fat, and you can enjoy a little red wine every so often because that has some benefits for your heart. Red meats and sweets are saved for rare and special occasions. This presents a more balanced way of eating, and it results in a slow but sustainable weight loss. Now that takes care of your diet, but what about the lifestyle change? This is truly the only way to keep off the weight that you've lost. A commitment to changing the way you eat and what you eat takes time and dedication. Eating fewer takeout meals, that's a good way to start. Restaurant food is often made with saturated fats and oils and salt to all enhance the flavors. Listen, I know we lead busy lives, and it's so much easier to grab something on the run. But we must stay focused on the goal of being healthy. So retrain your taste buds to appreciate the taste of home-cooked meals made with locally available fresh herbs. And remember, use less of those salty powdered seasonings. Give up sodas, processed juices, sugary drinks, and alcohol for a little while. Have more water. I mean, we certainly get enough sugar from all the delicious fruits on our island. Okay, I hear you. You're tired of plain water. Well, try some sparkling water or soda water, maybe with some lemon or some limes. You can even have unsweetened iced tea for a change. And of course, get lots of fresh air and keep exercising. In another episode, we'll talk about ways to make that more fun and enjoyable.
Be Well, Be Healthy for Life is brought to you by BAF Global Group. Remember, always consult your doctor before starting any new health and wellness regimen. BAF Global Group offers life, health, and general insurance plus a full suite of financial solutions in the Bahamas, life insurance in the Turks and Caicos Islands, and affordable individual and group health insurance in the Cayman Islands. Visit us at mybafsolutions.com.
Thank you, Lady K, for that information. Well, that's our show. Lady K gave us some tips on how to make our fitness goals, as well as great information on weight loss and dieting. Remember to check out Lady K's videos on the Be Well, Be Healthy for Life channel on YouTube, or if you're a podcast listener, you can find all our episodes on Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, or Podbean. Just look for the Be Well, Be Healthy for Life channel.
And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends. Those videos are life-saving, healthy tips brought to you for free by BAF Insurance. The YouTube channel is Be Well, Be Healthy for Life. You can catch up with your health, your wealth shows that you missed on that same channel.
We also heard from our guest, Coach Scott Ruby, who gave us some insight into strength and fitness training and how vital this is for our health.
And we spoke to Adonza Harrison of Guardians Life. And remember, folks, the race is on April 1st from the public beach, and it's free to walk, jog, run, whatever you choose. There was a totally free breakfast being served for the community. So visit guardiansalive345.com to register and get all the information.
Well, until next week, we are Desiree and
Chuck Taylor,
encouraging you to start now to live a healthier, happier life.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
This program is brought to you as a community service of BAF Insurance. The views, opinions, and advice expressed by guests on this show are those of the guests and do not reflect the views, opinions, and advice of BAF Insurance. For medical advice, please visit your medical professional.